So a CNN international correspondent by the name of Arwa Damon is facing some charges after she allegedly bit two U.S. Embassy EMT members in Baghdad. Now, she was on assignment, and apparently she hadn't eaten much, but she had a few drinks, and so she became unruly. While she became unruly, she allegedly bit two individuals who have filed the lawsuit against her. Now, according to the lawsuit that has been filed in the New York State Supreme Court, Damon has a, quote, history of becoming intoxicated and abusive. And just to give you a better sense of what the plaintiffs are claiming, Charles Simons and Tracy Lamar, EMTs who were working for a private contractor, alleged in a suit that they were providing assistance to an intoxicated Damon when she bit and threatened them while saying that she was, quote, a major reporter for CNN. And then also the attorney says that she was biting them both pretty furiously. She has good teeth. Eventually, they subdued her.
Yeah. Well, that's actually a stage name for Wolf Blitzer. So it's totally not made up. It is a major CNN.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the story sort of speaks for itself in that,
it does.
you know, in the way, first of all, the way people react to this stuff, you know.
I'm actually just a little surprised because from my experience, guys like it when you bite a little bit. So
Really?
it's just weird that all of a sudden they want to file lawsuits. I mean, what's next?
You know what is funny is that I'm sure there was a lot of people who'd like to...
Jimmy just lost his total train of thought the second you said that. He said, really?
So my wife won't let me bite her, and I don't know what it is, but it's like an animal thing. I like burgers, and I like biting my wife. But anyway, I forget what I was saying. And there's a lot of people who I bet would like to bite a CNN reporter. You know what I mean? Like,
Hey,
you fucking
yeah.
piece of shit. And like Michael Moore, I'm sure he wanted to take a chunk out of Wolf Blitzer and Sanjay Gupta.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the opposite. This is dog bites man, right?
But
We're supposed to be biting the dog.
Don't you think, I mean, the idea of medics suing, though, I mean, do you think that they would sue just anybody
No,
because she
I'm sure
said
that
she's,
happened.
you know, it happens to medics all the time.
All
When
the
they're dealing with
time.
crazy people or drunk
Yeah.
people or whatever. They get bitten, they wear gloves.
Yes.
So
It's ironic that she thought saying that she's a big CNN reporter would help her cause, but it did the exact opposite.
Right.
It actually hurt
Got
her.
her
They're
sued,
like,
yeah.
oh, all right, well, we'll sue your ass and we'll see how it goes. She did release a statement, though, so let me read you her statement. She's obviously very remorseful, which makes me feel a little bad for her because she has a problem with drinking. If you drink and you become that unruly, there are underlying issues there. But she says the following.
You never blacked out drunk?
No.
Good for you.
I've never blacked out. I've gotten really drunk, like to the point where I'm like, oh, I need someone to take care of me. But I don't get angry or bitey when I'm drunk. I only get bitey when I'm excited. So anyway, let's move
See,
on.
there he goes again.
So let me read you her statement. By the way, guys, I'm sort of joking around. She says, it's been an extremely stressful time.
That doesn't help. To say you're sort of joking.
Right.
So you're sort of not joking.
Right.
I was exhausted.
Sort of.
She says, I was exhausted. I had not had proper food all day and clearly miscalculated how my body would handle the alcohol consumed. Needless to say, I am utterly mortified and take full responsibility for my actions, which are inexcusable.
She gets a total pass.
I think she gets a pass.
Total pass.
But you know what? You'll never hear that statement from a guy high on weed. You'll never go, God, I miscalculated how much weed, and then I just start fucking biting everybody. That'll never happen, unless it's really good weed and you're hungry.
Yeah.
'Cause that'll happen.
Right, yeah.
Look, we don't have any evidence of the damage that was done, so who knows? She might have actually caused serious injuries,
Yeah.
right? So in that case, she should face charges. I have no idea what the
But I
injuries
mean,
were.
okay, yes, but that's what I'm talking about. Should she face charges? I mean, she was being helped by medics, and like I'm conjecturing that this happens all the time,
Well, you know,
constantly,
in
and
the
because
emergency
she's
rooms,
had she not screamed that she's a major CNN contributor, which I think, or correspondent, which I think is probably the biggest part of what mortifies her, not the drinking, not the biting, that she would just blurt that out. You know,
Yes.
that, you know, this is who I am. You're messing with the wrong.
it's like the
you know.
guy, I'm in the mafia! You know, it's like that.
That usually works, though.
You look like an idiot.
By the way, I'm totally burying the lead. She's actually being sued for $1 million.
Herself personally?
Yes.
Wow.
So the EMT members are actually suing her. She's not facing criminal charges, so let me be absolutely clear about that.
Yeah.
They're coming after her in a civil suit.
I predict a settlement.
Yeah, there probably will
Yeah.
be a settlement, and that probably makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
This is what I wonder though. Like, she had the full apology, which I think is the reason why we're like, oh yeah, off the hook, right? But you kind of, after doing it, isn't this kind of thing you don't want to admit it just in case you want to settle or say that didn't really happen that way? Maybe I'll need to spend all this money on this settlement. You can say, oh, it wasn't that bad. I didn't do it. And then you go through the whole process. I don't know if this is giving it away. As soon as you say, yeah, I take full responsibility, then they go, okay, how about $1 million? You know?
Even when you say that, yeah, but I mean, you take full responsibility for acting like an idiot. But that doesn't mean that you acted like $1 million worth of idiot, you
Right.
know. And there are legal protections that she would have, even if
Yes.
she was
Oh
responsible.
no! I
for
mean,
that.
you go to emergency rooms. You know, they have to hold people down all
Yeah,
the
of
time,
course,
and people
yeah.
go. It's yeah. So
They're
she's-
just not all CNN, except for Blitzer. They're not all CNN correspondents that they're dealing with.